Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are working on something huge, like huge. If you've been here for a while, you know that I am not a big fan of big houses, but sometimes, once in a while, I do one. So this is the reason why I've been having a tiny home spree lately. This house is the reason for that. Anyway. I built this in Willow Creek. I'm gonna move lots because this is not the one that I am going to be, that I ended up finishing it on. But this is actually my first proper real Sims video. So I built this based on a real life floor plan. I changed the color palette of the exterior quite a bit because I did not like the one that they had in the plan. It was very light and I just couldn't make it work. So I asked on Twitter actually and Instagram which color palette you preferred because I tried the lighter one, but it just did not work. I just did not like it, so I ended up going for a bit of a darker palette. So the floor, not the floor plan, but the shape of the house is basically the same as the picture that you can see on the thumbnail, but the color palette of the exterior is different because I just didn't like the way the one in the picture looked in The Sims. And you know, there are just different colors, different shades of lighting, so I went with my gut on that one. So this is, as I said, it's a huge build. It's actually for 8 Sims. I believe there is space for the parents, one of their parents, like grandparent, one, and then 5 kids. I think that's what I ended up going for, and yeah, it's huge, and I really like it. I had quite a bit of fun working on this, even though it's huge, and I get bored pretty easily when it comes to builds, but I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have a break from big builds for a while, but I had fun. So it's a 7-bedroom, 5-bathroom house built on a 40 by 30 in Willow Creek that I will move it to in a couple of minutes. And it's very expensive. It comes in at 669,701 simoleon. So yes, it's huge, but you can fit a lot of Sims and you have plenty of activities. I think there's even a playroom, which is kind of like a library as well, where your Sims can hang out, play some games, and just do homework maybe. So yeah, there is a lot to do in this house, and I genuinely didn't know what to do with the rooms because it was too big for even for a family of 8 Sims, which is ridiculous. But I don't like big rooms either, because then I feel like there is too much empty space. So that's why I decided to turn one of the rooms that could have been a bedroom into a playroom, like something like that. So this is kind of like the lighter color palette that I was trying, and it doesn't look bad, but I think the one that I ended up going for looks much better because I don't know, just like the contrast between the colors is just prettier, I feel like. I don't know. Yeah, let me know if you like it or not, because I really could not decide, and it was a whole thing, and it took me like a very long time to decide. Yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy these kind of real to Sims videos. I would like to have them on the channel more because I really enjoy them, and you will be able to tell them apart from the normal speed build by the thumbnail being the actual kind of real life house or the real life plan like this one. So that's how you'll be able to tell that I used a real life kind of something to build this. I used inspiration pictures quite often, but usually I don't follow them to the T. I don't follow them fully. I make changes, and they don't end up looking like the picture often as well. But with these builds, I really want to make sure that the builds look exactly or as much as the inspiration picture as possible. So that's kind of like the real to sim idea. And yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy. That being said, you can also send me pictures on social media or like links to floor plans or houses that you would want me to recreate. I've got recently a request for a build with certain packs, and I'm so excited because I don't know, it's just so much fun building for someone else and building for someone's actual Sims family. So yes, if you have any ideas, if you have any inspiration pictures, anything that you want to see built in The Sims, just don't be shy and send it to any of my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Ko-fi. I think you can send messages on Ko-fi, or YouTube. Probably not. You cannot probably send messages on YouTube, can you? I have no idea. Never tried, but you know, you can message me anywhere. And yeah, I really like this. There is plenty of space outside as well because 40 by 30 is quite a big lot. I know they're bigger. And I genuinely don't understand how come someone can actually build on like a 64 by 64. But for me, 40 by 30 is like the big lot. And that's like the most I can do. When I build on a 64 by 64, I usually have to work with the terrain to make it kind of fuller. Because without terrain tool, I'm lost. So I kind of talked over the backyard. So there is a small kind of fenced in garden. There is the tree house that came with growing together. I have a small barbecue area, and I also placed an outdoor cinema, which I thought was like a really nice touch. So there's the cinema, like the screen thing from Little Campers. I placed some seating for the Sims, and I thought it was like a really nice touch. Maybe your Sims could have a movie night every now and then. This is actually the kitchen, and it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with it. I think I kind of I ended up making the final version off camera because it really took me a long time and several tries to figure out the color palette and which counters I wanted to use. So I think I ended up kind of finishing it off camera because yeah, I was getting frustrated a little bit because it really took forever to figure it out. But the layout stays the same, just the color palette is a little bit different. I wanted to go for more of a colorful color scheme. So there are lots of oranges, pinks, blues, and I really like the result of that. It really is like a happy family home in my opinion, and I really like the result. So here you can see me trying another version of this kitchen. I think these are the counters that I ended up going with, but I think the wallpaper is going to change because I just didn't like the tile kind of thing from growing together. So I moved to the living room to kind of distract myself from the fact that I couldn't figure out the kitchen. I used the couch from growing together. The smaller love seat is from high school years, I believe. I really like this watch. I've used it in a recent apartment, I finished an apartment renovation just yesterday, actually, but you're gonna see it in like mid-June. So for me it's recent because I finished it yesterday, but you're gonna see it in a month because I've been pre-recording quite a bit, and yeah. So I really wanted to kind of lean into the family home narrative, so I placed a bunch of like baby and kid stuff, so like toys, some of the things that we got with the recent, not that recent, but fairly recent update to the base game, some of the cute things. I also placed the bookcase in here, which is probably inaccessible, but there are other bookcases in the house which are accessible. Here's also the dining space. It's quite big because obviously you have a big family, so you need to fit everyone around the table. I've been kind of enjoying, or like not necessarily enjoying, but I've been doing a lot recently that I kind of make the living spaces one big room. and then the rest of the house like houses. So maybe if I'd make the dining space into like a separate room, then I could have used it. But with the way the house was looking, I just couldn't really see it anywhere near the kitchen itself, and I didn't want to do it on the other side of the house. So doing it this way felt a bit better, I guess. I don't even remember what tile I ended up going for. I think I even changed the appliances. I don't think I've ended up using these from Growing Together because I just didn't like the style of them, but I could be wrong. I genuinely don't remember. Again, it's been a while since I've built this because, as I said, I've been pre-recording a lot, so this is probably a build that I did like 2 months ago now. Since I've been, you know, sick the past month, I've had like, quite a bit of time to build, and because I have my exams coming up, I will go on a trip with my uni for a couple of days in June as well. Obviously summer, some vacations. I have a kind of a job, not seasonal job, but like for a couple of weeks I'm gonna be potentially working on a camp, so I'm gonna be quite busy and I don't know how much time I'll have to build. So that's why I am kind of working now when the weather is not as nice as it's going to be in the summer, and that's also why I changed, one of the reasons why I changed my schedule a little bit, which I talked about in my last video. I also placed this kind of like an open shelving unit from Blooming Rooms, and I placed kind of filled it with plants, and I really like the way it turned out. I don't really use this particular item very often, but I think it fit really nicely in here. And I'm also using the new shower tub combo because it's just gorgeous. It's super cute, and I've been obsessively using it very, very much in my builds. So I think this is the only bathroom that I have on camera because the rest are just different sizes but the same items pretty much. Yeah, so now we moved on to the entrance kind of area, and I really like the way that's turned out. I used cabinets that came with Dream Home Decorator. Then I kind of hid these hangers from the same pack in them to make it look like they're hanging from that particular piece of furniture. And I also used a dresser from high school years, which I've been loving a lot since we got the pack, because it's, I don't know, I really like the swatches, and it's like very basic but really pretty, kind of like IKEA-ish, which is a style that I absolutely love. I also placed the chair because I imagined, I mean, not in The Sims, but realistically you would come, sit down, take off your shoes. Yeah, I felt like that was a realistic thing to place. Just placing some clutter, and I have no idea where we are going to move on to. Okay, this is the grandparent bedroom. So there is a place for technically only one grandparent because there are 5 kid bedrooms. So you either have to have a single parent and then their grandparents may be living here, or it would have to be 2 parents and 1 grandparent, because obviously can only have 8 Sims in a household, and you wouldn't fit all that you need to if you did so. Anyway, I used the same cabinets that I used in the hallway, or like the entrance area, here as kind of like the base port for the bed. I also placed some crafting items because I imagined kind of the stereotypical grandma who loves to knit and who loves to cross stitch. I also placed a bookcase here, so they have books to read or to work on, and some plants. And they have an ensuite, which is where the door that you can see here leads. So there's an ensuite bathroom for the grandparent, because I imagine that, you know, they live with a big family, so they probably need their own space, you know, their own bathroom that is only theirs, so they can kind of hide away from the children. So I'm just adding some decorations, some details, and I think we are going to move on to the master bedroom. Yes, this was one of the bedrooms that I was one of the rooms that I was again very indecisive about, and I ended up changing it off camera as well, because I initially went with this bed, and I think I ended up going for the bed that we got with Growing Together, which I've been absolutely obsessed with, and I've been using it obsessively the past month or so. So I think I changed it off camera, but you can see it when I'm kind of moving around later on. I think I even kind of got rid of these cabinets, I believe. I think I changed it for like a proper bedside table, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I also made sure to place a computer here, so your Sims, maybe one of them works from home, or even just to have a computer in the house, because I'm not sure if I placed any other kind of laptop or computer somewhere else. I might have actually in the teenagers' bedrooms, but I could be wrong. I'm not fully sure. But I think I might have placed some laptops in there as well. So this is actually the playroom sort of thing. So there are a couple of bookcases. There is the standing. Oh, you can see the changed bedroom here as well on the left side. I put a standing piano. I put some, like, I think the like castle playing thing. I think it's like a playroom. So it's a place where the kids can go and play and have fun together. I think I also placed some of those toys that we got with the kids' room stuff pack. There is also the kind of creative station. I don't the chem lab thing. So there is plenty of stuff for Sims to play with, to enjoy, and to just have fun with. There's also a bathroom, which is kind of an ensuite to the parents' bedroom, but it can also be accessed from this room. So it's not fully an ensuite for the parents, but during the night it is. There is also a small laundry space here. I wanted to kind of separate it a little bit because I felt like it would be appropriate, I guess. So it's like a very tiny room just with the dryer and the washer and just some decorations, and that's it. And I think we're going to move on to this room, which is an art studio. So I imagine that either the grandma or like the grandparent or one of the parents is an artist. So they have a candle making station, an easel, and I think that's it. So they are maybe either it's their hobby or they are actually an artist and they're selling their products and crafts. So maybe a craft maker or something like that. I thought it's one of my favorite things to add into houses, I guess, because it's coming from a person who is really autistic as well. I love drawing, I love painting. So I don't know, I felt feel very connected to that idea. So here is the first of the 5 bedrooms. I have 2 for kids, 1 for an infant, and 2 for teenagers, I believe. So this is kind of the dinosaur themed one because I was inspired by this bed that we got with Growing Together, and I kind of carried the color scheme from the bed into the bedroom, which is what I do in like every single bedroom. So every single bedroom has a single bed. Every single bedroom has kind of like a seating area for maybe homework or like whatever Sims can do at their desk. I'm adding kind of like personalized items on each into each and every one. I'm kind of keeping the color scheme, and I really like that. I think it adds a bit more character for the build. So this Sim that lives here loves dinosaurs, and that was kind of the main idea behind this. I reused the items from each bedroom really, so all of the bedrooms are pretty similar when it comes to like the furniture that I placed, which I mean it makes sense since you probably kind of shop at the one shop together. So here again I was inspired by the swatch of the bed that I chose. I used a matching rug as well, and I used the same wallpaper from Dream Home Decorator but in a different swatch to fit in with the room, and I really love this one. I'm not a huge fan of pink, but I love the combination with the purple and the blue and yeah, I felt like this sim that lives in this bedroom is like really into pink and princesses. I also placed the bear with like the tooth fairy bear, and they love animals as well, maybe because I placed some like animal clutter in here as well. So yeah, I imagine the sim is really into pink and animals, and maybe artistic as well. Yeah, I really like this bedroom. I think that's my favorite out of the kids ones because I really like adding characters, and I think this room really has a strong kind of showing of the character of the sim that lives here. Yeah, and I think now we're going to move on to the infant bedroom, which I've been having a lot of fun building. I also placed this, ooh, I forgot how it's called, like the built-in wardrobe thing, and I used a wallpaper from the Pastel pop kit with these like very cute with this like very cute pattern on it, and also this kind of screeny thing from kids room stuff, and I really like the end result. I placed a chair so there is a place for the parents to sit in with the toddler, and I really like this bedroom. I think I shared a screenshot from this one on my Twitter page when I finished building this, and it got a lot of love and people really liked it, so I'm happy that that's happening. It's like very simple bedroom. Once your Sims ages up, you can just change the bedroom. I mean, move them to like a different one, but I mean, eventually you kind of grow out of needing a bedroom for an infant, I guess. So this is the first out of the two teenagers' bedrooms. I used a similar swatch to one of the kids' bedrooms, but it's a different color combo. And I, again, very much love, I think I love this pattern in general. And I kind of made this built-in look with the desk area because it kind of gets lost in the wall, and I really like the look of that. So he's like more green, purple, blue color palette, and I really like that. And the last one is kind of space themed with red. And yeah, that's almost everything for today's video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. Please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the video, it would really mean a lot to me, and you would make sure that you never miss my uploads, because I upload 3 times in a 14-day period, which is very weird, I know, but that's just how it worked out for me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going in life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day.